Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual personality, you. Today, I would like to speak about keeping our inner world harmonious, warm, and clear. And to do that, our thoughts are very much in the lead here, if we can say it like that, for what we can immerse ourselves fully in with our consciousness and focus will be, our feelings and will follow. Taking as an example, when we are utilizing our thoughts to direct towards certain areas or, any kind of, topics or pictures or, it is about finding out that you're utilizing your will in your thoughts, and your feelings follow, for thoughts bear with it emotions, more or less, or it has a certain emotional feeling. I just said that. When you think something, you feel something about it. And the more we are utilizing our thoughts to become more and more, informed, and also at the same time holding oneself conscious and nourishing the right values and proper behaviors also. It is like sculpting oneself and also warming oneself up with an inner sun. The sun forces, the forces of the higher worlds, the love, the compassion, the, consciousness is within us as well as outside. And the more we tap into our inner heart sun, as we call it, the warmth of your heart, to share it with the world as best as possible, of course, for we are not by any means karma free. We have karma, we have our personality quirks and so on and so forth. We are constantly striving to become better human beings, but slowly and steadily. We can only get to know what truly development is over a longer period of time, over lengths. So from a certain duration, we find out what changes and how we change. And based on that change, we can also find out where we're going. But we can also study from scriptures, literature, anything, how we thought as human beings in earlier times, from the ancient Indian to the ancient Persian to the ancient Egypto-Chaldean to the ancient Greco-Roman to the present and so on, and where we are going. It is fully possible. It is a certain progress here, a certain constant change. And we have gone from a very simplistic, picturesque, atavistic, half-sleeping clairvoyance, which was more or less, involuntary. It was not something we chose, it was given to us directly, to this daytime, clear, meticulous consciousness we have today. We had to lose this atavistic clairvoyance, this guidance from the higher worlds, obviously, or else we wouldn't be able to earn freedom. Freedom comes from we knowing other, instead of all being part of one. And we are still part of one. That hasn't changed. It's just we forgot about it. We're still all part of the higher worlds and, came from the Godhead in the end. Everything did. But we are also but, a spark of that gigantic light, Just like a drop of the ocean does not equate the ocean, but it is still the ocean, It is the essence of the ocean. It is a little drop of it. We are not the whole ocean per se, although we are kind of, but we are individuals. And by having earned this individuality and at the same time having the love and the compassion for mankind, at the same time wishing to do good and see warmth and love in the world, you are on the right track. Your heart is very much, what should we call it, the leader in all of this. Our thoughts, of course, is what brings, enlightened knowledge to us. For we can only through our thoughts truly come to comprehend our emotions by, deciphering the symbols and images that comes from these emotions. Now, that is easier said than done, but at the same time, wouldn't you like to know thyself, as we should? And not giving oneself any excuse to say, that is not possible, this is not possible. How do you know? Have you tried? Have you made attempts? Have you experimented? Have you found out anything of what our limits truly are, or where we can go through it and become more and more human? For we are not trying to become superhuman, not when we are not even closely to human yet. Being a human being means me and you have cultivated the I, the capital I, and become individually independent at the same time following the promptings of the divine. In our inner world, we can come to be free in our morals, values, and our practices and our focus. Of course, our physical being needs certain things to survive. That is a given. But it is not about if we have freedom, it is where we have freedom. And freedom is in our morality, in our inner thoughts and feelings in many cases. Of course, feelings are a little more difficult to hold in balance per se, for once it is shook up, it takes time to come down again. It is more watery, just like our thoughts are more airy. Airy is much easier to calm than water because it is less dense. And by holding our thoughts in a certain amount of clarity and warmth, you come into this harmonious threefold balance: the thinking, feeling, and will. We are the ego that are in all of these three. And by the more we come to know ourselves, how we act, how we react, what is our strengths, what is our weaknesses, what do we need to work upon, what have we already mastered, and what can we polish, and what can we introduce in of new impulses, and asking for guidance from the higher worlds, for they will answer. Of course, if you do have the faith to listen a little, for they do have immensely wise guidance to give if you can truly decipher these things. For they are not just giving it willy-nilly. One has to strive a little for it. And that is the joy of it all. For why should we be given anything if we are not, working towards it? And this is not about, the physical, material. This is about truly shaping and forming our soul and spirit so that our body can be you see, your soul and spirit are shaping and forming your body constantly, even now, even when you're old, to accommodate better your soul and spirit. Your soul and spirit shapes your body to accommodate it better. So when you entertain loving, nurturing, beautiful thoughts, feelings will follow and will impulses will also follow, and hence your body starts to slowly but surely shape that way. But this is something you have to take over a whole lifetime, and maybe many lifetimes. For we have karma. Karma, karma, karma. The more we come to accept this as a responsibility, the more we can, put away this blame on everything and anyone. Because we ourselves focus on how can we introduce something new and healing to the world. So instead of shaking our fist to something, we wish to introduce something that might overcome that instead. Through, of course, peaceful means. Through passive resistance and so on. And I will leave you with this today. It's been a little while, so kind of, it's fun to come back, you know. And I send you warm prayers of love, and I pray that you succeed, and may you be protected, guided, blessed, and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, my guide, ancient masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation. Yeah, and may you be provided for with all that you need to survive, live, thrive, being creative, inspirational, and healing to the world, so others can choose to follow when the time is right. Love you. See you. Goodbye.